Are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon live on the zoneofgenius.com and something brand new, interesting, going live here as well. I have an echo there. Let's see here. Testing, testing things. Good morning on Instagram. Testing. Interesting how this works. Well, looks like we're live. Martine, can you hear me okay? Good morning. What's interesting about this is I'm going live through StreamYard's software, testing some new things. It looks like we are live. There's just a slight delay, but I'm curious, Martine and Asphalt Repairs. Can you hear me well? This is brand new for me. Good morning, Bridget. Can everybody hear okay? If you can hear me, let me know. Curious. You can hear me clear. Interesting. What about on Instagram? I'm streaming through Instagrams through a new StreamYard software I'm testing out to integrate both StreamYard and Instagram. Curious, can you hear me on Instagram? We can hear you loud and clear. Interesting. So I just have to figure out how in the world do I clear out the echo? Interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, good morning, good morning. As I test things out here, okay. What I think I'm gonna do for now is stop the Instagram feed, and I'm gonna start it live again on Instagram, okay? All right, let's see this, yeah, let's all right, all right, all right. Always innovating. I could stop the stream, but I'm just gonna go live again here. Okay. All right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Bridget. Good morning, Danette. Sorry about that. I was testing some Instagram live streams as well. You shouldn't test when you're going live, I guess, but I did it. So I wanted to test. Glad y'all could hear well, but there was a double echo. So good morning. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. Again, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon, right? Thanks for joining me here. Whether you're joining me live on Instagram or whether you're joining me on YouTube, whether you're joining me on LinkedIn, whether you're joining me on Facebook, I am so glad you're here today. We have another amazing episode for you today. So let's get with it. I hope you're blessed and doing fantastic because I am doing great. As you can maybe tell, maybe you can't tell. I shaved my head today. It was feeling a little bit high yesterday, so I shaved, gave myself a haircut. So I'm feeling good. Got a brand new clean shirt. I'm feeling good. Feeling great about the future. I'm feeling good. And listen, if you're not feeling great, if you're not feeling good, that's okay. There's always a brand new day. There's always time because you're here, because you're alive and well to feel great. Good morning, Vanessa. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, those who are joining. Good morning, Asphalt Bears. Join. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're having a blessed, good day. Let's get with it today as we start the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. And do remember, if you like this kind of content, definitely check out zoneofgenius.com, zoneofgenius.com, so we can help you grow your business and serve your needs at zoneofgenius.com. Let's get with today's episode. And I want to talk about vision boards. I've heard a lot about vision boards, and I'm always curious and wondering, are vision boards useful? Always moving out. William Chilton, do you use vision boards? Vanessa, do you use vision boards? I'm curious who uses vision boards and who does not. I've never used one, but in full disclosure, I do have on the side. I have written here, it's actually 2020 goals that I wrote. No debt, more pay, more giving that I wrote down. So maybe in a way that is a vision board. But I'm curious who here uses vision boards, who here writes down purposefully where you want to go and where you've been at. Marvin, good morning. Glad you're here. So it looks like Dry Win, DRW Win does use vision boards. I'm curious who else uses a vision board, writes down where you want to go. And here's why a vision board or some version of that is important. Listen to me very carefully. Thank you, Bridget. Writing down where you want to be and where you want to go based on, I understand it from the smart people in the world. What's up, Marvin? There's something about writing down and telegraphing what's in your mind through your hand and putting it on paper. Something about that process is very, very special. Danette says she does vision boarding. So I don't do vision boarding like in the traditional sense where you cut out magazine coupons and clips and put the pictures up. I don't do it that way, but I do write. And I do have some big goals I want to do. Dr. Wynn, thank you, Dr. Wynn. I appreciate that. Got it on IG. It comes out weird. Not weird. I didn't mean to say weird, but it comes out different. Now I get it. Dr. Wynn, of course, Dr. Wynn. Glad you're here. But writing down what we want is important. Some people journal daily. I'm curious, do you journal daily? If you do that or have a journaling habit, put journal in the chat. And again, whether you're watching this live or watching this on demand, glad you're here today. But this is important, important, important. There's something about writing. Some people journal daily. Some people write notes. But I do believe there's something about writing that's important. Now, I don't journal. I don't write consistently. Hey, Martine. But I must say on my wall, when I look at some big things I want to be, some places I want to go, I know that writing is important. William says I used them, but not so much anymore. So here's my encouragement for us all. Take a sticky note. Take a notepad, take a piece of paper and consider what are the big goals? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? And maybe it's time for you to write that down. So journaling can be powerful, a powerful component to reach where you want to go where you want to go, to make a bigger impact in life, to make a bigger impact in what you plan on doing. So whether you want to call it journaling, whether you want to call it vision boarding, whether you want to call it writing down, whatever you may call it, that's something that may help transform your business or your life. Ding, 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 ding. Going up to tip number 2, how to stand out in a crowded market. There's one way that you can stand out in a crowded market. One way you can stand out in a crowded market. And people ask this a lot, Ramon, how do you stand out? How does this person stand out? One of the challenges we have, hey, Mashan, glad you're here. One of the challenges we have is everybody wants to be the same. Everybody wants to take comfort by doing things like everybody else is doing. And if you want to do things like everybody else is doing, well, you're only going to have the visibility that everybody else has, which may be zero in your market. But I think it's important to stand out. I try to live this as best as I can. Speakers are a dime a dozen. Bloggers are a dime a dozen. We are all in some ways dime a dozen. My friend Marvin Reed, the strategist, he's, as it were, a dime a dozen. But how does he stand out? By how he shows up, his version, how he does his strategy at Volume 2 official. But what he does in various segments, he can't stand out by being the same. That's right, Dr. Wynn. So my encouragement to you, my small little tip of those watching on YouTube and other platforms, is that you got to be different. You have to be willing to make a step forward. This doesn't mean you have to be weird. This doesn't mean you have to be crazy, but this means you have to be a bit different. Stars Tina, good morning. Glad you're here. You have to be willing to be a bit different, to be a bit different. How will people know how you are? How will people know your brilliance? Are you willing to be different? You got to be willing. We're too used to being in comfort. We're too used, we want to be just like everybody else. But when you think about everybody who's around you, who's different, everybody who's around you, who stands out, how is it? They have just a little bit different. And you're right. Being different is a little scary thought. But it does help. Danette says, well, I actually do them, but not the traditional way. I don't like traditional cutting out magazines. Yeah, so Danette, going back to vision boarding, love this. Thank you, Danette, for sharing your tip on the vision boarding. I don't like the traditional cutting out magazine of all that. I like to do mine digitally, and I do them with my business as well as personal goals and really holding really, really deep on it. I love this Danette Moss strategy lady. So as we're thinking about growing, as we're thinking of getting to the next level, it's really important that we make sure we are to the next level. And part of that is standing out. Part of that is being different. So I want you to challenge yourself. What's one thing that you can do and that you can do different? Love this. Our friends at Asphalt Repairs say, recognize competitors' shortcomings and execute those to the highest degree. Customers instantly recognize. Come on now. That's exactly right. That's the small difference you can make. Look at your competitors and find what aren't they doing? Where can I fit in? What can I do differently and execute on that? Seth Godin's book echoes that and talks about that. Purple cow. How can you be different? How can you be set apart? How can you take things to the next level? Ding, 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 ding. Once again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. We just asked for 30 minutes of your time to give you 10 tips to help you grow your business and live your best life. Glad you're here today, because if you weren't here, we couldn't have a show. Mark Cuban says the best employees are smart and driven, but one other habit makes them replaceable. Our friends at Inc. write about this. What's one habit of smart and driven employees that make them different? And you may want to consider what you can do in your own life. But Mark Cuban says the habit of the employee that makes them smart and driven is that they reduce stress. Even on my own team, when I have people that just want to bring me problems, and no solution, I like it. It's good to know it. But I also like knowing that you brought me a solution to a problem that I have. And definitely, you're minimalist in drama. I don't want to be around someone that all day long is having drama. What about you? Think about it in your own life. Are you a stress reducer or a stress amplifier? Come on now. Somebody tell me. How do you fit in? The world is full of problems. The world is full of issues. Everything you could do to reduce stress, everything you can do to make somebody's life just a bit better is a good day. Everything you can do to make the world a better place and less stress is a good day. There's enough stress in the world that you don't need to be the cause of creating it. So Mark Cuban says, what makes a great employee? What makes a great person? What makes a great team person? If you are a stress reducer, you're going to do well. If you're a drama creator, you're not going to do well. This is important to do. Yeah, there's problems, William. Yeah, there's issues. But you don't want to be that person. You want to be that person that says, hey, there's a problem I see. There's a way we could do better. And here's a possible solution. Let me be part of the solution of my boss's day or of the person's day, not the one that's causing the problem. What do you think about that? What can we do different today to be a part of the solution and not to be a stress amplifier? Ding, 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 ding. Point number four, my friend Jason Duncan. If you don't know Jason Duncan, you can see him at The Real Jason Duncan. William says, I'm so good at solving them. That's why I get into consulting. Love it. William Chilton. Yeah, solving problems. It's important. Jason Duncan gives a few tips of how to build strong teams. As I build the things I'm doing, realizing that a highly gelled good team is so important, Jason Duncan says the following. 1, if you want to have a strong team, define the roles and responsibilities. Who's doing what? And or who's not doing what? Hire somebody for fit. Hire somebody for kind of not necessarily how smart they are, but what they can bring to the team, what they can bring to your business. What about the aspect of fostering communication? By the way, this is the Rundown with Ramon. I'm Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. If you're liking this, share it out. Thanks for the comments coming in. Let people know you're listening to the Rundown with Ramon as we get ready to expand and go national in 2024 with some cool syndication deals we have in place. Talking about how to build strong teams by Jason Duncan. Investing in training is important. Are you training your team? Good to see you. Yes, Haas. Good to see you. Recognize and reward your team. I do this, and sometimes my rewarding and my recognizing is just that, saying thank you for doing such a baller good job. The aspect of building trust. Embracing diversity. And diversity is much more than meaning black and white and Spanish and Asian. Diversity can mean also diversity of thought. You know what? I think this way. I go this way, but there could be another way to do it. Another part of this is setting clear goals. If you want to build a strong team, these are some things Jason Duncan is sharing with us, ways to build a strong team. We can all do this. Team building is the way to advance our business, is the way to grow our business. If you don't have a strong team, you have a weak company for sure. Good morning. I am Kathy Lloyd. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. That's right, Dr. Wynn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go, people. But we have to build strong teams. I've just hired a salesperson. I've hired more writers. I have my executive assistant and project manager, Mayanne. I have other people working with me in a variety of things. We have to gel. We have to combine as a team. We got to be crisp. We got to be popping. And you have to do that as well as you're hiring people. You got to build a strong team. You got to build a team that gels, that works together. That, in essence, is a machine. Again, thanks for being here. This is The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. We're here live weekdays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless we're not. So I'm glad you're here today. And that great insight was by my friend Jason Duncan. Ding, 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 ding. Is it worth it to build a big company? Nvidia's founder, Nvidia, the billion-dollar or more chip company, which has resurrected itself because it's building more and more chips to power AI. The founder had some interesting thoughts, and I want you to get a hold of this and understand it. And the founder said, they don't know how hard it is, says Nvidia's founder. So here's the thing. He's not saying you shouldn't build a company. He's not saying you shouldn't be an entrepreneur. But for those of you who are testing the waters, those of you who are not sure if entrepreneurship is for you or not, his caution to you is go in with your eyes opening, knowing how challenging it could be. The stress, the time away from your family, the mental issues, the psychological issues, the loneliness, the disappointments, the getting rejected, being told no. Hey, intellectual, glad you're here. That is not easy to deal with oftentimes. So understand what you're getting into. And yes, he has $1 trillion company. Nvidia is much bigger than anybody probably here watching here today. But the concepts are true that the Nvidia founder talked about. They don't know how hard it is, and they only ask themselves, how hard can it be? To this day, I trick my brain into thinking, how hard can it be? Really, really hard. He did not know that the original business plan had no chance of success. He did not know how many times he would fail. He did not know how much he didn't know. But just because the 60-year-old billionaire says he wouldn't do it again doesn't mean he's telling other people they shouldn't. Only they have the advantage of being undaunted by the difficulty of building a company. You have to have the mindset in place to build the dreams you want to have. Get help. Hence, if you're looking for help, check out zoneofgeniusexperts.com. Zoneofgeniusexperts.com. Find people who can help you grow your business. I encourage you to go there, zoneofgeniusexperts.com. And find people who you can surround yourself with to help you with money, with marketing, with mindset, with business growth. Don't go it alone. It's tough to grow a business solo. Definitely check out zoneofgeniusexperts.com. So the Nvidia founder, maker of chips, says, listen, it's hard. And he wishes maybe that he knew more so what it was like. Moving forward, ding, 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 ding. Tip number 6, how to find new solutions when you're feeling stuck. Jason Feifer has an amazing article out, amazing email newsletter he has. Doesn't matter what challenges you're facing. There is an answer to that question. You can do something. It doesn't mean you'll always reach your goal as you define it, but it does mean you can find some action to take as a way to move towards something, or at least move, because movement is the most important thing. No discovery happens by standing still, says Jason Feifer. So my admonition to you today, L'intellectual, and I am Kathy Lloyd and Dr. Wynn, my admonition to you today, joining me live or joining me on demand, is take action. Don't always ask yourself what's impossible, what we can't do. Ask yourself when you're stuck, what can we do? Sometimes just asking the right question gets you moving to the right answer. Asking what can we do is a powerful, powerful question to ask. And again, my name is Ramon Ray, and this is the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. Ding, 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 ding. Point number 7, I encourage you and beg you, have strong and unique passwords. Hackers are frothing at the mouth to hack your little company and my little company. Strong passwords, change frequently, can help. We all don't do this enough. But I beg you and encourage you to do this in your business. Do this in your business. Hackers are out there. Have two-factor authentication so that when you want to log in, you have to put a text in. Maybe you have other authentication. But two-factor authentication, strong passwords, not things like, Mary had a little lamb on your birthday. You want to build that into your business. Strong passwords, a reminder to you today. Ding, 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 ding. Point number 8 as we move forward here with the rundown with Ramon. FBI agent shares how to read the room. This insight comes from our friends at Fast Company. How to read the room. Now, why is this important? We all go to different scenarios, different places. And it's important to know what's going on. How do we read the room? What's happening there or what's not happening there? When you learn how to read the room, you'll know what to say, what not to say. My friend Phil Jones, his book, Exactly What to Say, talks about that. How do you read the room, people? How do you read the room? So what does the FBI agent say? FBI agent gives some input on how to read the room. And I'll give some points that he talks about here. Forensic listening in action. Talking about here that it is an art and a science to learn how do you read the room. How to listen forensically. When you pay attention, you can read a room and catch the things that are important to others. Emotions, he talks about. When you walk into a meeting, look for a display of emotions. What are the emotions happening as you're in that room? Everything is not based on fact. Some things are simply based on emotion. What about positioning of the body? Are they, Are they, Are they listening? Are they like this? Are they bored? What's the body positioning? Note how someone is positioned relative to you and others in the room, said this article on Fast Company. Themes and word choice. Pay attention to stories or words that are repeated so you know what's important. What's the voice like? People have patterns when they talk. They can reveal a lot. And then you put all this together to learn how to read the room. I encourage you, learn how to read words where you're in. Dr. Wynn, that's right, Dr. Wynn, exactly what to say. Phil Jones is a rock star. How do you read the room? How do you read places you're in? Are you able to read the room and smell what's happening in that room? It'll make you a better person, a more emotionally connected person. Trust me, it will. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. If you're liking this, put comments on there, share the room out, comment on LinkedIn, comment on Facebook, comment on YouTube, comment on Instagram. Let people know what's going on here on The Rundown with Ramon. 2 more segments to go. Ding, 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 ding. How many of you feel stressful sometimes and wish you could reduce your stress during the holidays and other times? Holidays happen throughout the year. Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, Veterans Day. You got a lot of holidays, and holidays bring a variety of people together depending on the holiday. But it can be stressful. Stars Tina, so appreciate you. Just those 3 words. Love this space. Thank you, Stars Tina. Helping ladies over 40 live their best life. Y'all look up Stars Tina, my friend. Appreciate you being here, Stars Tina, Danette, and others who are here in the room. Bridget, you've been a consistent listeners too. We should get some prizes for people listening to The Rundown with Ramon and send people coffee cups or mugs or hats or socks or scarves or cookies or something. What y'all want? DM me what y'all want, like that has Rundown with Ramon on it or something. We'll see what we can do. William says, being around family is stressful. I hear you, brother. But here's a few things you can consider doing if you want to reduce your stress during the holidays that Ramsey says. 1, clearly picture the Christmas that you want. What kind of Christmas do you want? Number 2, set boundaries. You don't got to accept crap from people. Number 3, avoid family conflict. Don't be the instigator of family conflict. One thing you don't want to do, don't be the thermometer. Instead, be the thermostat. Number 4, focus on what you can control, not what you can't control. Number 5, know your role in the situation. Number 6, learn to say no. Say no. Number 7, take a social break. Number 8, make a Christmas budget. Number 9, don't overdo the sugar. What? Number 10, get plenty of sleep. Thank you, Martine. Practice self-care. You're right. Take some quiet time for yourself. Ask good questions and connect with people around you. This is how you don't have to live a stress-filled life. I love that, Bridget. Your prize, your knowledge. Come on now, Bridget. That's right. This is how you don't have to let the holidays control you, but you can control them. Ding, 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 ding. Our last point of the day, the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is such an essential trait that we can all do more of. And my friend Phil Gerbyshack talks about this very important part, the power of forgiveness. It's so important, everybody. We hold on to things so many times. We hold on to this, hold on to that over and over and over again. But forgiving people can liberate you. Good to have you here. Derek is in the house. In our emotional lives, forgiveness stands as a profound gesture of liberation, not just for the forgiven, but remarkably for the forgiver. How do you forgive others? How do you let others go? Or do you hold on over and over and over again and chew on it and suck on it like a poison lollipop, hoping for them to be affected? And guess what? Understanding it's only hurting you. I encourage you today to be a catalyst of forgiveness. Be a catalyst of forgiveness. And I love that. Setting boundaries. A mug, Danette saying. A rundown with Ramon mug. We'll see about that. But forgive people. Forgive, forgive, forgive. Don't let others control your emotions. As we go on with the rundown with Ramon, I always like to close on these things to remind you if you need help in your business, check out zoneofgeniusexperts.com, zoneofgeniusexperts.com. Check that out. Don't forget to check out zoneofgenius.com for all your needs and things that you can find out to help your small business grow. Hope you join me in New York City live with Seth Godin for the Zone of Genius Conference and Awards, zoneofgenius.com/awards. And I want to leave you with 4 or 5 key tips as we close. Be clear on what you really, really want in life. Be clear on what you want. Ask yourself, do you even want to be in business? What's up, Les? Good to have you here. What's up, Eddie? Glad to have you here. Do you want to be in business? Understand there's no music, there's no soundtrack in life or business. It's just you and yourself and God pulling you through this, pulling you through life. Ask yourself, are you hungry enough to get to where you know you need to go? Are you hungry enough for it, Danette? Are you hungry enough for it, Bridget? Are you hungry enough, Stars Tina? Are you hungry enough for it, Eddie? Are you hungry enough for it, Martina? Are you hungry enough for it, Derek? The pricing you're selling your stuff at, is it sold at a premium or sold cheap to be the cheapest person on the market? Are you trying to compete with all the big brands? Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. And I ask yourself to ask yourself, what's up, Creative Vessels? Glad you're here. Love that name. What do you do best? Thrive in what you do best. Don't forget to check all this out at youtube.com/Zone of Genius. Yes, subscribe to our channel. Check us out on LinkedIn. Check us out on Facebook. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon on zoneofgenius.com. Thanks so much for joining me. If this has helped you, if you're liking this, thank you for the comments. Share it out, share it out, share it out as we seek to serve you, expand our reach in 2024, 2025, 2026, 2023. So you can grow your business and live the best version of your life that God intends you to be. My name is Ramon Ray. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me. You have a blessed, fantastic day, and I will see you next